Hey everyone, I hope y'all are doing well. I just wanted to make a quick video. I was going to go ahead and head over to my mom's and visit her and my grandmother. But yesterday, I mentioned I was going to go, had some events planned and whatnot. And anyways, during one of these events, I was sitting there kind of in a very calm or almost meditative state. And it's been on my mind for probably about a year or so to go, specifically Vietnam, but probably just somewhere in Southeast Asia. I went and visited Vietnam last fall, but probably Vietnam to teach English and live there. And a lot of this was brought up internally, just because of, most people would agree that the cost of living has affected them here in the United States. And so my thought was, a realization, and it's not like it's some grand realization. I guess it just kind of was a reminder that over there, some people may say, oh, they have it easy, they don't have to work as hard, like their mentality is kind of more chill, like it's just more kind of relaxing and working just enough just to get by, like they don't have that materialistic mindset like what's probably portrayed and probably what others in the United States would maybe kind of acknowledge here. And I can't speak exactly on that. Like when I visited, it was relaxing, as far as like it seemed like people were like at coffee shops for an hour or two. I'm like, who has that kind of time here in the States? It's like everyone's like rushing to get coffee, like on the way to work, in a drive-through or something. And like I went to the coffee shop like early in the morning, people were just chilling there for probably 30 minutes or so or more. Because I was there for 20 or 30 minutes, and there's people already there before me, and then they stayed when I was leaving. So, but anyways, the idea or thought realization was that people are going to have their problems wherever they go, and wherever you go, those people there have their own challenges. And so, one thing that what used to be said to me from family, specifically my dad, was, wherever you go, there you are. And it's not like I'm trying to run away from like something internally, and maybe it kind of is, and it's like more of a fear of the will I have enough when I'm older, to like enough money to like live? Will there be a day of retirement, or when can I start relaxing? When does this kind of let up? It's like we're kind of like a dog chasing its tail or something, always constantly trying to keep up with the cost of living. Like when we kind of get used to it, it's stuff costs more. And basically, so it was this realization that's like, maybe it's not like I could just go over there, make $1,000 a month teaching English, and everything's hunky-dory. Now, I can't say it will be, I can't say it won't be, because there's I would be in somewhere different. I would, there's and maybe part of me wants like adventure or wants a little challenge, so maybe that's what I am. Maybe I'm trying to put myself in situations, like not really knowing, like subconsciously, to like put myself in situations to where I do have to be like kind of like in a survival state. Maybe that's something, a psychological thing that I have to be aware of. And that's not what this video is about. So what I'm getting at is, it's like not everybody can just run away, go to different countries, teach English, and 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 about like something specific about people living there. Like my girlfriend, she's a nurse here, and she looked up, and she's from Vietnam, and she looked up how much it would, like, she could make as a nurse there, and it was like somewhere really close to what people talk about, because I haven't got detailed numbers of like what I could get paid as an English teacher there, but you could watch videos on on YouTube, and like English teachers in Thailand or Vietnam or whatever. But honestly, what she was going to get paid, I remember we converted like the Vietnamese dong to American dollars in like the time frame or whatever, and it's not much different than what I would be getting paid, or around the range, if I was like a good or average English teacher in Vietnam. And so it's like, so there you have it. Like a nurse in Vietnam is not so they have their own challenges, is what I'm getting at. Anyway, so for people that are looking into something like that, unless you got a bunch of money and you're getting paid, like got some investments where there's some sort of like passive income, like securities, stocks with dividends or something, or I don't know much about like treasury bills and bonds, etc. But unless you got some real estate that you're getting paid rent, and you got like a property manager here, or you have like some sort of business maybe that someone's running. So my thing was I was thinking about like what kind of products, like, because I don't know what kind of service, like it's easier, seems like, maybe to sell a product than it is, this is just me and my thought process, than it is to like, all right, what kind of service can I create that I could do online, that doesn't require goods, and it's just an online service, or somehow I could be a part, like a mediator or something like that online, where I could do it remotely. Because if it was me, it would be good to make like $1,000 or so, $1,500, $2,000 even. I mean, obviously the more the better, but something around that range of an online business or service, and then also teach English. So say I'm making like $1,000, $1,500 on this online service, and then like $1,000 plus a month in Vietnam, teaching like 30 hours a week or something like that. Well, that's $2,000, $2,500 or so, or more a month. I mean, that's good money there, I would say. I mean, everyone's like, well, what's good money here? $10,000 a month here. That's to me, maybe because I don't make that, I would be like, that's really good money. Especially if you're like living very frugally. Like say your cost of living is $40,000 a month, you're paying taxes on the 120 or whatever. You know how much money, like at least $60,000 or more, that you'd be able to save? That's a lot of money. I mean, in without even any growth, if that was consistent. Obviously things change, cost of living changes, you could get paid more, there's bonuses and stuff like that. I mean, within 5 years, you could, with growth, probably have close to $500,000 saved up, and then then you could start getting into like other, whether it's just you want to do stocks or something like that, or some sort of asset class like rental property, or or maybe partner with a business or something. So that is, I guess what I'm saying is that is good money. At the $100,000+ a year, to me that's good money. But see, I guess that's subjective. So what someone might say, like $2,500 in Vietnam is decent, but it's not like good. Like to me, like when I went and visited, and where I was at, that's pretty good money, because like I think I didn't really buy groceries. That's where I kind of messed up. Is I wanted to buy groceries and then maybe go to get like a part-time membership at a gym and act kind of like I'm like in the routine, but I only was there for 2 weeks, and so I was kind of visiting in vacation mode. So I was eating like soup here, eating a banh mi there, like drinking coffee at like 5 different coffee shops. I think I spent probably as much money on coffee as I did food. But even then, like in 2 weeks, with me like always eating out, lots of coffee, and like a train ride, like a 100-kilometer train ride. I think I took like a Grab, which is basically like an Uber here, that was like from Da Nang to Hoi An. I can't remember. Like, I think that round trip was like, if I'm not mistaken, $20. It could have been 10, but it could have been 20. I can't remember, but you get the idea. Like, it was 10 or I think it was like $11 to take a train from Da Nang to, I'm not going to pronounce this right, but Hue, it's Hue, the old imperial city, and back. That whole round trip was $11 train ride. And so, you know, I think I spent like $300 something, like no more than 400, but it could have even been under 300. But for 2 weeks of eating out, coffees, train ride, that's me renting a scooter. That was fun. And when I'm talking about a scooter, I'm talking about motorized, like probably like a 50cc, paying for the gas, the petrol, gasoline there for the scooter. And I rented that for like, I think over a week. I was just paying daily rates, but I was renting it from the guy that I was like staying at the apartment complex. But anyways, you get the idea, and the whole point of the video was like, others have problems too. It's just what kind of problems, or our perspective on problems, or what we perceive as problems. Actually, I should say that, and really they're probably opportunities to learn. So yeah, I get that people are, you know, kind of trying to get by here in the States, and there's other people looking elsewhere to possibly move to. Anyways, I just want to get these thoughts out there, and maybe that might help someone with their journey, and get a little bit different perspective on some of the similar things they've been thinking. But anyways, I hope y'all have a good day. I'm gonna get out of here and go visit my mom and grandma. Talk to you later.